Photos are a great way to capture moments in time, to remember our past and memories. But throughout history, a number of dark photos have been taken that truly shed the light on some messed up things. Starting off this countdown, we have experimental electrical stimulation. Taken in 1856, this photo shows a man undergoing an experiment with electrical stimulation. And by the looks of it, it was quite painful. So back then, they would use the stimulation for a number of reasons. 1, to manipulate and experiment on one's nervous system, and 2, to treat certain diseases and disorders. Nowadays, this treatment is much safer. They use it to help with injured muscles or manipulate nerves to reduce pain. But back then, they were still trying to get it right. So it makes you wonder how many people underwent these painful experiments, and how many people were accidentally killed before they found the correct voltage to use. In our 9th spot today, we have the lipstick killer. And if you're liking this video so far, then smash that like button because it really helps us out. William George Herons was an American criminal and potential serial killer that confessed to be the lipstick killer. The lipstick killer was someone who took the lives of a number of women and would often leave a creepy message at the scene of the crime in lipstick. That's how he got the name, Lipstick Killer. The photo I'm about to share with you was a creepy message that he left at the scene of one of his crimes in 1945. He wrote, "For heaven's sake, catch me before I kill more. I cannot control myself." Now this message is creepy for a number of reasons. First, you got a man on the loose who can't control his impulses and he just admitted it. And second, look how creepy it just looks with the lipstick smeared everywhere and such. It took the police 6 more months from the time this message was written to finally catch William. This photo is just a scary and dark reminder of the horrors this man committed. Moving on to number 8, we have the poverty. This photo from 1948 shows just how bad poverty was in the 1940s to 50s in America. This is when the poverty rate was at its highest. In this photo, Mr. and Miss Ray Shalafo were facing eviction from their Chicago apartment. They were so desperate for money that they had to sell their kids. Now this photo was a stage photo, but it still shows a heartbroken mother not knowing what else to do. Within 2 years, all 4 kids were sold into different homes. It also sheds the light on how different laws were back then. Nowadays, that is very much illegal to do. Anyways, this is a very heartbreaking photo. Like, I can't imagine what that family went through. Moving on to number 7, we have the nuclear shadow. On August 6, 1945, the United States dropped an atomic bomb on Hiroshima. The bomb was so powerful that people up to a mile of it were vaporized. All that was left of them was their shadows burnt into stone. This is a creepy image that shows one of the bomb's victims. It's a silhouette of an elderly man or woman with a cane. So the bomb's light and heat were so powerful that it bleached any exposed surfaces. In this case, the person's body shielded that part on the sidewalk, and that's why an imprint was left there. All around Hiroshima, there were multiple of these body outlines. It's very disturbing and sad. It just shows their final moments alive. In our 6th spot today, we have the Stanford Prison Experiment. The Stanford Prison Experiment set out to explore the psychological effects of imprisonment. It started on August 14, 1971. A university psychology professor gathered a bunch of student volunteers and divided them into groups. 11 were assigned the role of guards and 10 were assigned the role of prisoners. It's going to be a 2-week experiment where the volunteers would play their part in a make-believe prison. But the experiment had to be ended after only 6 days. The volunteers got way into character. Some guards turned sadistic. They really exercised their power over the prisoners, whereas many prisoners became depressed and showed signs of extreme stress. The study and this creepy photo provide a chilling look at what humans are capable of. We are now at our 5th and halfway mark with the Wild Man suit. Not only is this a dark photo from history, but it's also a very mysterious one. This suit that you're seeing is what historians named the Wild Man suit. It consists of a double-layered set of armor covered in 1-inch long iron nails. What was it used for, you may ask? Well, no one knows for sure. One popular theory is that it was used during bear hunting in the 1800s, or it was used in bear baiting. Don't know if that's true, but it looks very uncomfortable to wear. Maybe it was a twisted torture device. The executioner would wear it and then give the prisoner a nice big and tight hug. I don't know, I'm just guessing, but either way it's messed up. In our 4th spot today, we have the ruins of Hiroshima. Here is another very scary and sad photo taken after America dropped a bomb on Hiroshima. The bomb had an explosive yield equal to 15,000 tons of TNT. In fact, it destroyed 5 square miles of the city. This photo shows the ruins of the once beautiful city. Buildings and wildlife were completely destroyed by this bomb. In fact, the US remains to be the only country to ever use an atomic bomb in war. It had a huge lasting impact on the city that we should never forget about. In our third spot today, we have the Titanic. On April 15th, 1912, the infamous ship the Titanic began to sink. 1,500 passengers sank with the ship after it hit an iceberg during its maiden voyage. The few that did manage to survive fled on lifeboats. This is a picture of the last lifeboat approaching the rescue ship. You can see it was crammed with passengers as all the lifeboats were. This photo serves as a reminder of this great tragedy in history and all the innocent individuals that were impacted by this disaster. In our second spot today, we have the San Francisco earthquake of 1906. In 1906, San Francisco was hit with a massive 7.9 magnitude earthquake. It has since garnered the title of the most powerful earthquake in Northern Californian history. This earthquake not only caused homes to come crumbling down, but it also started a number of fires throughout the city. Hundreds of fires started as a result of the broken gas lines. These fires went on for 3 days, engulfing 500 city blocks. More than 3,000 people passed away from the earthquake and fires. 20,000 buildings were destroyed and 200,000 citizens were left homeless. It was very sad and tragic. This is a photo from this devastating time. This was after all the damage was done. People lined the streets and just stared at the destruction that the earthquake caused. And in our number one spot today, we have the American buffalo. Now this photo is absolutely heartbreaking. This was taken in 1892 Michigan, and that is an actual mountain made up of buffalo skulls. That means thousands of buffaloes were slaughtered. No wonder why the buffalo population is considered near threatened and are at risk for extinction. So these skulls were then ground down to be used in making bone china or refining sugar and producing fertilizer. It's said that around the end of the 18th century, there were between 30 to 60 million buffaloes on the continent. When this photo was taken, the population was at only 456. They literally slaughtered millions of buffalo. What makes it worse is that some of the buffalo were killed purposely just so that the indigenous individuals were deprived of them. Starting off this countdown, we have Gas Mask Island. About 110 miles south of Tokyo, Japan, there's a small island located in an area of the Pacific Ocean known as the Devil's Sea. The island is called Miyake-jima, otherwise known as Gas Mask Island. Now, why is it called Gas Mask Island? Well, this island is home to Mount Oyama, a very active volcano that emits poisonous sulfuric gas. So all of the residents have to carry gas masks with them all the time, just in case these gas levels rise unexpectedly. I honestly don't know why anyone would live there, like it's super deadly. And any photo taken there looks super apocalyptic, like this one. In fact, in 1953, the residents were evacuated from the island because the gas levels were dangerously high. But in 2005, they returned back to the island. They just now have to carry with them gas masks everywhere they go. And you thought wearing medical masks were bad, okay? Imagine wearing a gas mask. In our ninth spot, we have the shell-shocked soldier. This photo was taken back in 1916 during World War I. You might have seen this video before because it went viral on the internet since the soldier in the photo is suffering from shell shock, hence his facial expression. Upon researching, it seems like this soldier is Private Robert Lindsay Rogers. On the morning of September 16th, 1916, he was in a trench cleaning his rifle when he was hit in the neck by a sniper fire. Thankfully, he survived, but he was stuck laying in the trenches just bleeding out, waiting to be rescued. It's thought that this photo was taken when people came to his rescue. This photo is just so disturbing, knowing the horrors he went through and saw. But we have the giant Gippsland earthworm. If you don't like insects or creepy crawlies, then this photo is definitely one you don't want to see. This is a giant earthworm that can be found in Australia. Of course it's from Australia. It is roughly 1 meter long, but some have reached 3 meters, which is 9.8 feet, which is way too big. This thing is massive. On top of that, it weighs about 200 grams and have about 300 to 400 body segments. I'm sorry, but that's not a worm. That's a snake. Like, look how big it is. I am not okay with that. But also think about the big fish that you could catch with that worm. Honestly, why is it so big? Earthworms are meant to be tiny little creatures, not massive creatures like this one. Moving on to number 7, we have Chuck E. Cheese. Wanna know what's scarier than Chuck E. Cheese? Apocalyptic Chuck E. Cheese. So this photo was taken at a landfill and someone found the remains of an old Chuck E. Cheese animatronic. Apparently, whenever a Chuck E. Cheese location closes, everything has to be destroyed, and that's left up to the employees. So in this case, they did a pretty poor job at destroying Chucky. They do this so that collectors don't end up trash diving and getting their hands on these animatronics and then reselling them. Anyways, this one was found in landfill and it's absolutely terrifying. Like, imagine that thing turning on and blinking its big beady eyes at you. No thank you. Coming in at number 6, we have the hospital monitor. According to the person that took this photo, they're a nurse at a hospital. One night, they saw this dark figure looming over a patient's bed. They immediately snapped a photo of it and went to go check in on the patient. Sadly, after capturing that demon figure thing on camera, the patient passed away shortly afterwards. So they're convinced that that was a demon, and it was there to collect the soul of the patient that was passing away. Or it was the soul leaving the body of the patient. Either way, it looks terrifying and malicious. We're now at our 5th and halfway mark with Chernobyl. This photo was taken in 1996 by a man named Artur Korniev, who is also seen in the photo. This was taken after the Chernobyl disaster. Pictured there is something referred to as the elephant's foot, a large mass of black corium. It's given its name because it's shaped sort of like an elephant's foot. Now, this thing is deadly. It emits high levels of radiation. Anyone exposed to it for minutes could die from radiation poisoning. But that didn't scare Artur away. In fact, the radiation was so strong that it affected the photos he took. That's why the photo looks grainy and kind of weird. It literally caused the film to develop strangely. Now, what's shocking is that this man never passed away from radiation poisoning, although he has spent the most amount of time in close proximity with the elephant's foot. In our 4th spot, we have the nursing home. According to Reddit user 13th Safe, one night, something paranormal was happening at the nursing home where her mom worked at. A number of staff and residents witnessed doors opening and closing by themselves. Others saw call lights turning on and off by themselves in rooms where no one was. This photo was taken in the hospital 15 minutes after a patient passed away. The Reddit user believes that this is the soul of the person that passed away, or it's the Grim Reaper there to collect souls. So it's quite terrifying that they managed to capture this on camera. Moving on to number 3, we have the ghost in the back. This next photo was taken in 1943 in Hungary. It was uploaded by a man named Szegedi Gyanji. He claims that back in the day, his father took this picture of his mother. Upon reviewing it, they saw a ghost of a girl standing in the background. The girl had no arms or face. So they believe that this is a demon or something else evil. Now, this photo was taken on an old Polaroid camera. A lot of people thought that the photo was fake or edited, but he even uploaded the original small Polaroid as proof that, that's the way that the photo developed, which makes it that much more terrifying. She straight up looks like a ghost. Coming in at number 2, we have the school haunting. This story and photo was posted on Reddit by the user In the Lion's Mane. According to him, he's never been a believer in the paranormal until he had his own chilling experience and saw a real photo of a ghost. So he grew up in a small rural town. A couple years ago, the town was tearing down an old elementary school. A guy then went to the dilapidated school and decided to take some photos with his cell phone, and he managed to capture a ghost in one of the photos. Once the Reddit user saw this photo, it immediately changed his mind about ghosts and the paranormal. I mean, it's a terrifying photo. You can clearly see that there's a ghost of a boy standing there. Plus, he adds on that his town is super small, and he doubts anyone there knows how to make fake pictures. So it's really creepy. And in our number 1 spot, we have Mademoiselle Blanche Monel. This is a sad, real story of a woman who was locked in her room for 25 years by her mother. So in 1875, a 25-year-old woman named Mademoiselle Blanche Monel fell in love with an older lawyer and planned to marry him. But her mother deeply disapproved. She didn't want her daughter marrying him. So she locked her away until she changed her mind. As a result, she was locked away in a room for 25 years. That was until someone found out that she was being locked away and called the authorities. When they came to her rescue, they were deeply disturbed. She was super gaunt looking from being malnourished. She also hadn't seen the light of day for years, and her room was covered in feces and bugs. Her mother was arrested and placed into prison for her terrible crime.
In our number 10 spot today, we have John Lennon. Of course, we all know John Lennon as one part of the Beatles who went on after they disbanded to have a very successful solo career. Lennon was not only a musician, but also a peace activist who was strongly anti-war. He was not afraid to display his activism and held a 2-week anti-war demonstration. There was a period of 3 years where the Nixon administration was trying to have him deported for his criticism against the Vietnam War. On December 8th, 1980, Lennon was leaving the Dakota apartment complex when he was stopped by a man named Mark David Chapman. Lennon signed an autograph for Mark, which is what is happening in this photo, and then Lennon went on his way. Little did he know, Mark was going to shoot him later that night. Once Lennon returned to the apartment complex, Mark was there waiting for him to commit his crime. Mark has said he did it mostly for the attention, which is so horrifying, but Mark is also a very religious man who explained that Lennon once saying that the Beatles were more famous than Jesus is what really pushed him to commit this crime. It is very crazy that this photo was captured when Lennon was being kind to who he thought was a fan, and no one could have predicted what would happen just a few hours later. In our number 9 spot today, we have the Stanford Prison Experiment. This photo comes from 1971 during the Stanford Prison Experiment. For those of you who aren't familiar with this experiment, it started on August 14th, 1971, and was led by university psychology professor Philip Zimbardo. The experiment took student volunteers and divided them into 2 groups. One group of prisoners and one group of guards, and they placed all of the volunteers into a fake prison that was created for the experiment. The experiment aimed to see if and how quickly humans would turn evil under the right conditions with the right amount of power. Basically, it was just to try and answer the question of if humans are inherently good or inherently evil. I think everyone was shocked with the results. After only 6 days, the experiment needed to be concluded because the guards began absolutely tormenting the prisoners. It really showed the kinds of things humans can be capable of even after such a short time. This photo is definitely reminiscent of that experiment and serves as our reminder. In our number 8 spot today, we have the Pioneer's Defense. This photo is known as the Pioneer's Defense, and man, does it ever look creepy. This photo comes from 1937 and was taken by a Russian photographer named Viktor Bula. This photo takes place in the Leningrad area, which is now known as St. Petersburg, which is the 2nd largest city in Russia. The people in this photo were a part of a group that was the 1930s Russian equivalent of our Boy Scouts, which was called the Young Pioneers. The masks on their faces leave a very eerie feeling, and for a fair reason. These people were doing a military preparation drill, which is the reason for the gas masks. This photo was taken during a time when the country was under the dictatorship of Joseph Stalin, and the residents were constantly unsure of what was going to happen. The country was already seeing death, and people were already frightened just a few years before the start of World War II. In our number 7 spot today, we have the Stanley Hotel. This is a photo of the Stanley Hotel, which is the hotel that inspired the famous Stephen King novel, The Shining. This hotel was under construction in the early 1900s and saw a fateful day in 1911. There was an unexplained explosion that happened in room 217. In the explosion, a chambermaid was seriously injured, but she ended up surviving and actually returning to work. A few years later, she passed away, and ever since her passing, there have been tons of guests who swear they saw her ghost. Guests have said that they have seen her around the halls of the hotel, but the place that gets the most paranormal activity is of course room 217. This is the room where Stephen and his wife stayed for one terrifying night in 1974. Apparently they were actually the only guests in the hotel for this night, which at any other hotel might be cool, but I feel like this is not what you want from a haunted hotel. In our number 6 spot today, we have the Rothschild Surrealist Ball. The Rothschild family is one of the wealthiest and most powerful families there has ever been. For years and years, there have been many rumors swirling about just how powerful and influential they really are, and there are some pretty crazy theories out there. In 1972, the family held a surrealist ball, which is where this photo is from. These photos could be potentially very innocent, but there is just something about these elaborate masks, coupled with the theories about what this family is really up to, that just make it feel very eerie. This party is one of the most legendary there has ever been, and whether or not they really are involved in shady dealings, that still is impressive. In our number 5 spot today, we have the Salem UFO. On the morning of July 16th, 1952, this photo was captured by Shell Alpert and has stumped people ever since. This photo shows 4 unidentified objects hovering in the air above Salem, Massachusetts, and was taken at the Salem Coast Guard Air Station. The objects seem to be above the Winter Island and Cat Cove areas, but there really isn't much more that is known about this strange incident. There were a few theories regarding this photo. One is a camera glitch. Others think it may have just been light reflecting off of the window that the photo was taken through. But of course, there are people who point to similar incidents that happened in the 1950s and of course believe it is proof of extraterrestrial beings. It is very likely we may never know exactly, but the air of mystery it leaves is definitely kind of cool. In our number 4 spot today, we have the eruption of Mount St. Helens. Mount St. Helens is a stratovolcano located in Skamania County, Washington. The volcano is best known for its huge and disastrous eruption on May 18th, 1980. This photograph comes from photographer Robert Landsberg, who was of course in the area at the time of this eruption. Before the eruption, he had visited the area in order to photograph and document all of the changes that were happening. On May 18th, he was within a few miles of the volcano when it erupted. Since he unfortunately was located so close to the explosion, he knew that he would be unable to escape this disaster, so instead of focusing on the impossible, he focused on taking as many pictures as possible. Robert was obviously incredibly brave and dedicated, but also very smart. After snapping as many photos as he could, including this one, he then secured his camera in his backpack and covered his backpack with his body. He knew he was unlikely to survive, but wanted to make sure that these photos did. His body was found 17 days later with his backpack still underneath him. His film was of course developed and has provided geologists with some really valuable insights with his close documentation of the eruption. In our number 3 spot today, we have this burst of joy. You might be looking at this photo wondering how this extremely joyous photo could hold any dark secrets. Well, this photo won a Pulitzer Prize, and for a good reason. This photo was captured by Slava Vetter on March 17, 1973 at the Travis Air Force Base in California. The photo shows United States Air Force Lieutenant Colonel Robert L. Sturm and his family. This was taken as he was being reunited with his family after 5 years of being held as a prisoner of war in North Vietnam. On October 27, 1967, he was leading a flight of F-105 when he was shot down over Hanoi and held captive until March 14, 1973. I can't imagine what this must have been like for his family, because there was a chance that he could have not come home at all. The girl with her arms wide is his 15-year-old daughter, but the look on all of their faces truly captures the pure joy that they are all feeling. In our number 2 spot today, we have the frozen man of Mount Everest. This photo comes from 1996 and it shows Beck Weathers getting treated after the Mount Everest disaster. The Mount Everest disaster took place on May 10th and 11th in 1996, where there was a blizzard on the mountain that ended up stranding and taking the lives of 8 people who were aiming to descend the mountain. Beck was a part of the team who was climbing the mountain on this fateful day, and he ended up suffering from snow blindness during the climb. He actually fell into a hypothermic coma because it was so cold, and he suffered severe frostbite on his face, hands, and feet. Pretty miraculously, he not only survived, but ended up walking back down to camp in order to get help, where he was then taken by helicopter to receive treatment. He ended up needing his hands, part of his feet, and even his nose amputated, but he survived this whole ordeal, and that is the most important thing. In our number 1 spot today, we have the Dyatlov Pass incident. If you have never heard of the Dyatlov Pass incident, you better buckle in, because It is so terrifying. This photo was taken in February of 1959 as 9 young Soviet hikers set out to trek through the Ural Mountains. They had set up camp, and sometime during the night, something happened that made them cut their way out of the tent and all flee the site. Leaving in such a rush, they were of course underdressed for the bitterly cold weather, and 6 of them ended up passing away from hypothermia, which is extremely tragic. The other 3, however, is where this story takes a frightening turn. Like I mentioned before, no one knows why they fled the tent in the first place, and the last 3 hikers were found passed away with severe signs of physical trauma that no one could agree on what had caused it. In 2019, the investigation was reopened, and just last year there was a conclusion that a kind of avalanche called a slab avalanche was the cause of these injuries. Regardless of what happened, this whole incident was of course very tragic, but the mystery behind it definitely takes it to a spooky place.
Starting off this list in our number 10 spot, we have the Amazon fire. The Amazon rainforest is incredibly important to our Earth as it represents over half of the planet's remaining rainforests. The Amazon comprises the largest and most biodiverse group of tropical rainforest in the world, with an estimated 390 billion individual trees divided up into 16,000 species. And that's just trees. That doesn't even scratch the surface of the plant life, the animal life, and the human life that call the rainforest home. That is why this photo that was taken in July of this year is extremely unsettling. In the summer of 2019, the Amazon was the focus of everyone's attention because large chunks of it had gone up in flames. 2020 ended up being an even worse year for the forest and fires, and unfortunately 2021 isn't any different. In 2020, it is said that fires blazed more than 19 million acres of the world's largest tropical rainforest, and 2021 might be even worse than that. That is a big problem for a multitude of reasons, one of them being that it is now realized that because of these fires, there are areas of the forest that are emitting more carbon than they are absorbing. That may not seem like a big deal, but the Amazon is one of the best defenses we have against climate change, so its health does affect us all, and it's something we should all care about very much. In our number 9 spot today, we have Cyclone Kenneth. In 2019, the intense tropical cyclone Kenneth ripped through Mozambique, making it the strongest tropical cyclone to hit the country since modern records began. The cyclone not only affected Mozambique, but also caused significant damage to the Comoro Islands and Tanzania as well. Cyclone Kenneth took the lives of at least 52 people, and it was estimated that it cost about $100 million in damages. To make matters worse, Kenneth was striking Mozambique just a month after a hurricane had devastated the northern part of the country. This photo was taken from the air looking down on a village that lies just north of Pemba, Mozambique, and you can clearly see the amount of damage and devastation the storm caused. As someone who is exceptionally lucky to have never experienced anything like this, I can't even imagine how terrifying and difficult it would be to go through. In our number 8 spot today, we have the lipstick killer. This is a photo that comes to us from December 10th, 1945. If looking at this image gives you a shudder down your spine, that absolutely makes sense, as it was written by a terrible person known as the lipstick killer. This photo was an image of a note he left written on the wall at one of his crime scenes. The photo comes from the apartment of Frances Brown, as just before he wrote this message, he took her life. After this message was left, he ended up taking the life of one other person before he was finally caught by police 6 months later. The message scrawled in the photo reads, quote, "For heaven's sake, catch me before I kill more. I cannot control myself." It is an absolutely chilling note with a horrifying backstory. In our number 7 spot today, we have the Peru flooding. In March of 2017, Peru suffered the worst flooding that had been seen in decades. Heavy bouts of rain that saw 10 times more rainfall than normal caused rivers to overflow, mudslides to destroy roads and farms, and mass amounts of flooding that took the lives of more than 70 people and displaced thousands. This photo was taken on March 17th, 2017, and it shows a group of people stranded in the floodwaters holding onto a rope trying to make their way through the water and to safety. This photo clearly shows the severity of the situation, and when this photo was taken, the end wasn't even near for the wet weather. This must have been an absolutely frightening time for those living in Peru, as well as for those who were tasked with the rescue efforts. In our number 6 spot today, we have the Europe flood. This photo photo comes to us from the summer of this year as people across Western Europe experienced disastrous flooding. After days of heavy rain, it ended up turning rivers that were usually normal and calm into raging currents that ravaged the streets and left cars and power lines being swept away, homes engulfed, and residents trapped. This photo was taken in Erfstadt, which is just southwest of Cologne, and it shows how a bunch of these houses collapsed due to subsidence, which is the sudden sinking of the ground's surface. Unfortunately, these floods caused many people to lose their lives, mostly in Germany, but there were sadly dozens of people in Belgium as well, all of which is an absolute tragedy. Rescue workers worked tirelessly to help as many people as possible escape this terrible situation. In our number 5 spot today, we have the Oroville Dam. On February 13th, 2017, in Oroville, California, the Oroville Dam, which is the tallest dam in the United States that holds back a reservoir that contains 1.1 trillion gallons of water, that dam's main and emergency spillways were damaged. This led to the emergency evacuation of 188,000 people over concerns that the dam's emergency spillway might fail. This was all caused by torrential rain and floods in the region, which then began to reveal the extensive damage in the emergency spillway. This photo shows the dam releasing 100,000 cubic feet of water per second into the main spillway. Luckily, a major disaster was avoided in this situation because of quick action by those responsible for the dam. In our number 4 spot today, we have the House of a Monster. This photo was taken from the inside of serial killer Ed Gein's house, where he once used to live with his mother. If you're not familiar, Ed Gein was an absolute monster and is actually the basis for many horror movies today because of how horrifying his crimes were. Inside of his home, authorities not only found different household items that were made out of body parts, some from the victims of his crimes and some from the graveyards he would go and search and snatch from. The photos that were taken from inside of the home only scratched the surface of the horrors that were found inside. For a while, for some unknown reason, it was thought that they might use the house as a tourist attraction, but thankfully the house ended up burning down, and honestly I truly feel glad that it doesn't exist anymore. If it did, would you have gone there? In our number 3 spot today, we have Cyclone Saroha. Earlier this year, Indonesia was hit with devastating floods and landslides due to Cyclone Saroha. The damage was done on many remote eastern Indonesian islands, as well as in East Timor. The cyclone caused all of this damage and ripped through before making its way and making landfall in Australia, which is the first storm to do so since 1989. Flash floods took the lives of at least 30 people, but unfortunately this storm took many more lives as well. Relief efforts were made difficult by power outages, blocked roads that were covered in mud and debris, and considering how a lot of damage was done on remote islands, this made it really difficult because the islands were now surrounded by high waves, so access was extremely limited. This photo clearly shows the power of Mother Nature and the devastation storms like this can cause. The most terrifying part is that we are nearly powerless against these forces of nature. In our number 2 spot today, we have an acid drum. This photo comes to us from inside the house of another terrible person, the serial killer Jeffrey Dahmer. This photo was taken from inside of his home after he was found out and caught by authorities. Before his arrest, he was sadly able to take the lives of 17 different people. Although this photo might look kind of plain, the horrors are plentiful. This shot shows a drum full of acid that was located inside of his home. I don't need to tell you what it was used for. I can't imagine the horrors investigators saw when they entered his home, and even previous to that as they investigated his crimes. Thankfully, Jeffrey was caught, and in 1992 he was sentenced to life in prison, but just 2 years later he was killed by a fellow prison inmate. In our number 1 spot today, we have the Dixie Fire. The Dixie Fire burned through a few different counties in California this summer. It is named after the creek that was near where the fire first started on July 13th, 2021. After it began, it went on to burn 963,309 acres before it was 100% contained. It became the largest non-complex wildfire in the history of the state of California. The fire destroyed people's homes and belongings and completely burned entire towns, and by July 23rd, it had already become the largest wildfire of the 2021 California fire season and was the cause for the unhealthy air quality that could be seen across the western United States, including states that are as far east as Utah and Colorado. This photo was taken on August 17th and it shows the fire lighting up a hillside in Lassen County. The fire didn't end up being 100% contained until very recently on just October 25th. Starting off in our number 10 spot, we have the Tsar. bomb. This is a photo that was taken on October 30th, 1961. It was quite the Halloween spooky fright that year, as this is said to be the largest and most powerful nuclear weapon ever created and tested. The hydrogen aerial bomb was developed in the Soviet Union by a group of nuclear physicists that were under the leadership of Igor Kurchatov. The bomb was dropped by parachute and was detonated autonomously. While this test was meant to be a secret, it turned out to be less than well kept, as it was obviously a huge explosion that was detected by United States intelligence agencies. A secret US recon aircraft called Speedlight Alpha was there monitoring the explosion, and it got so close that it had its anti-radiation paint absolutely scorched off. The photo clearly shows the bomb as it exploded, and it is said that this bomb was 5,000 times stronger than the ones that were dropped on Japan during World War II. That's not to say that those ones weren't strong, because they were absolutely devastating. It's just an example to show how large this one really was. In our number 9 spot today, we have the radio telescope. This is a photo of what was once a secret, but is now considered a huge celebratory work. This photo was taken during the construction of China's 500-meter aperture spherical radio telescope. This huge dish was constructed in a natural depression in the landscape and is the world's largest filled aperture radio telescope. The design is absolutely novel, which is why, while the telescope was first proposed in 1994, construction didn't start until 2011. It first observed light in 2016, and after years of testing, it was declared fully operational in January of 2020. If you're interested in space, you'll know exactly why this is such a fascinating and exciting creation. This radio telescope can give us beautifully sensitive observations that could help in the hunt for gravitational waves and give us more information of the mysterious and fleeting blasts of radiation that are known as fast radio bursts. Every step in the world of space exploration could have some wild implications on our world, and it's all very cool. In our number 8 spot today, we have the Pentagon crash. We have all heard about the devastating September 11th, 2001 attacks, but some of you might not know that on that day, there were actually a few separate coordinated attacks, all a part of the same plan, and one of those attacks was on the Pentagon. This photo was previously classified but eventually was released by the US government, and it shows the absolute devastation that was done by the commercial plane that crashed into the Pentagon building. The plane was able to tear through all 5 rings that existed in the building. All of the people on board the plane that day, as well as 125 people that were in the building at the time, passed away in this horrible event. For obvious reasons, the initial photos of the Pentagon damage were withheld from the public or from circulating in the media, but now that they have been released, it just shows us all another side to that horrible, terrifying day. In our number 7 spot today, we have Operation High Jump. This photo was taken in the late 1940s during Operation High Jump. This was a United States Navy operation that was aimed to establish the Antarctic research base Little America 4. It is said that the goals of this mission were to train personnel and test equipment in frigid conditions, determine the feasibility of establishing and utilizing bases in the Antarctic, as well as scoping out possible base sites, examining and amplifying the existing stores of knowledge of several different kinds of conditions in the area, such as geological, geographical, and meteorological, and this final one, which was initially denied, but apparently also to consolidate and extend the United States sovereignty over the largest practical area of the Antarctic continent. This final one was publicly denied for quite some time. This photo shows one of the ships belonging to the United States Navy stuck between 2 of the Arctic's icebergs. In our number 6 spot today, we have a UFO report. This photo is of a previously classified document from 1963. Although the document still has a lot of information that has been blacked out, the document is the description and report of an unidentified flying object or UFO encounter. This is said to have taken place over the desert of Nevada, and the report was written in detail in order to have a written record of this event. The document is said to be the authentic report from the FBI, which is exactly why some of the details have been omitted. This might seem like less of a big deal now, as in this day and age we have declassified video footage of similar kinds of encounters, but for 1963 this was huge, as discussions of alien or extraterrestrial life is a big part of our modern society. This document shows that these things have been on our minds for many years now. In our number 5 spot today, we have a flying saucer. Speaking of aliens and UFOs, one place on Earth that has a multitude of alien stories coming from it is of course none other than Area 51. This site is no stranger to conspiracy theories, and this declassified photo taken at the location might give us a little insight into how these theories began. This photo clearly shows a strange disc-like object next to some more regular looking planes, and I mean, to be fair, if we saw that disc flying through the air, it does resemble the flying saucer type UFO that used to be talked about in the mainstream as the preferred alien mode of transportation. As it turns out, this photo is actually of an experimental aircraft that was made by the United States Air Force, of course, which is why the letters USAF can be seen on the craft. This was one of the few aircrafts created for the purpose of trying out various air carriers. Similar ones to this were also created by the government and were actually seen flying over the southwest region of the United States, which surely only contributed to the UFO discussions. In our number 4 spot today, we have the Soviet spacecraft. This photo shows the construction of the Soviet Buran spacecraft. Apparently, this was the spacecraft that was built in response to the news spilled by Richard Nixon in 1972 that the United States was to build its own brand new spacecraft, which was to be designed by NASA. The Buran was the first space plane to be produced as part of the Soviet-Russian Buran program, and in 1988 it actually went on to complete an unmanned spaceflight that was extremely successful. Unfortunately, this craft met its demise in 2002 when the storage hangar it was located in collapsed. The Buran program was suspended prior to this collapse because of a lack of funds and the political situation in the Soviet Union. The collapse was because of structural failure that was caused by poor maintenance, and unfortunately the spacecraft wasn't the only casualty. In far worse news, 8 workers also lost their lives that day. In our number 3 spot today, we have Area 51 Part 2. This is another photo that was taken from Area 51, and it shows another kind of spacecraft that is likely the source of many UFO stories. At this point, Area 51 will likely always be a place that is filled with rumors of our wildest imaginations, even if they were to one day start offering tours of the facility. Rumors span from aliens to mermaids and so much more, and it is believed that the US government is intentionally keeping it all a secret from us. Since the infamous Roswell incident that happened in 1947, the Nevada Air Force Base is going to be the source of many a mystery. While I don't know the exact details of what is going on in this photo, this is just another small insight into what goes on within the mysterious walls of Area 51. In our number 2 spot today, we have this nuclear waste facility. For another Nevada mystery, high up in the mountains of Yucca, there is a super top secret location that has details which are not to be released to the public. I guess that was probably implied when I said the word secret. The reason this facility is so secret is because it is said to hold all of America's nuclear waste. This waste repository was designated by the Nuclear Policy Act amendments of 1987, and basically it is a deep geological repository storage facility. While the project was approved in 2002 by the 107th United States Congress, as of April 14, 2011, federal funding for the site came to an end. This site was the focus of many fights, as there were tons of people who were extremely opposed to it. The closure of the site has left the United States government and American nuclear power plants without any designated long-term storage facility. This photo is said to have come from the site of the nuclear waste storage facility. In our number 1 spot today, we have The Experiment. This photo is an example of how, for a long time, the United States has done its best to stay on top of all of the latest kinds of technology and the most cutting-edge equipment. This photo is showing some kind of test that was being done on a prototype ejection seat. While this was once a classified photo, of course back when this was new technology, the Central Intelligence Agency has since released the photos in order to provide information on the technology that was being created during what now seems like the olden days of science. These times truly are not far off at all, and it's incredible to see how far we've come in so little time. This photo serves as a super cool reminder of just how technologically advanced we really are, although sometimes we may take that for granted. Starting off this list in our number 10 spot today, we have the Rothschild Surrealist Ball. The Rothschild family is one of the wealthiest and most powerful families there has ever been, and you know with money comes power, and because of that, there have, for many years, been rumors swirling about just how powerful and influential they really are. That is why in 1972, when they threw what was called a surrealist ball, people began to speculate what kind of things may have taken place at this elaborate soiree. These photos could potentially be very innocent, but there's just something about these elaborate masks coupled with the theories about what this family is really up to that just makes it feel very eerie. This party is one of the most legendary there has ever been, and whether or not they really are involved in shady dealings, that is still impressive. It's like the Project X of the rich and fancy. I'll take pools and kegs of beer over this weird mask party any day.
Number 9. Winona Ryder. Back in December 2001, Winona Ryder was doing a little Christmas shopping at a Beverly Hills Saks Fifth Avenue, only she wasn't using her Beetlejuice paycheck at the counter. Instead, she stole thousands of dollars worth of goods. She had accessories, a handbag, clothes. Her arms were literally full of good stuff. She was then sent to the slammer for a whole, 4 hours. Then of course she was released on a $20,000 bail. She was charged with felony grand theft, but she was also charged with possession of pharmaceutical drugs without a prescription. That is a no-no in Beetlejuice land. She had antidepressants on her while she was being arrested. She wasn't intoxicated or anything. She was actually well-mannered. Even Lieutenant Gary Gilman of the Beverly Hills Police Department said she was a, and I quote, true lady. That's a true lady. That's what you gotta do. Just steal a bunch of shit and be in Beetlejuice. Security footage showed the actress cutting tags off in the store, and when she left, she was immediately detained. It's widely known at this point that Winona isn't a horrible person by any means. She was going through stuff at the time, but this photo, no matter the context, it just looks bad. Honestly, I think it's the floppy hat. She just looks like she's doing a diamond heist. I don't know.
In our number 8 spot today, we have John F. Kennedy. John F. Kennedy is known for a multitude of reasons, but discussions about his health often don't take place. This photo shows just an inch of the struggle Kennedy went through every day, as it is said he suffered from some sort of painful intestinal problems. Apparently things were so bad that for a while it was thought his illness might have been terminal. Aside from the intestinal issues, he also suffered from extreme back pain that stemmed from spinal problems he had as a child. Apparently these back problems were so bad that they almost kept him from service in World War II. After his election, although the world saw him as a young, handsome president, he really was struggling with his health behind the scenes, and it can definitely be seen in this photo. However, it is said that whenever anyone asked him how he was feeling, his only response was that he was in, quote, excellent shape.
Number 7. Stalin Photoshop. Deepfakes are getting out of control. Modern technology is really making it hard to tell what's real and what's not. I thought I knew what was up. Apparently my eyes fool me more often than not. Photoshop is also an essential now for pretty much any project, including your selfie. You gotta touch it up a little bit, get rid of those blemishes. Well, back in 1939, a photo of Stalin was published and he looks great. Some would say too good. Well, he retouched a 1924 photo and then used that as his headshot when he became a leader later on. Even if you get a photo with Stalin, you might not be there in the future. Yeah, there's a chance you would be digitally removed, even back in the day. Like Nikolai Yetov, for example. The leader of the NKVD was in a photo with Stalin, he was, but around 1937, Nikolai was responsible for orders that had over 1 million people arrested. And to make matters worse, half of them were executed for crimes against the state. So it wasn't ideal to be in a photo with Nikolai. He was denounced, imprisoned, and he died later on in 1940, so Stalin had him erased and replaced digitally. Look at that. If you look close, you can actually see Lizard getting punched by an invisible Spider-Man in the background. Yeah, we caught it. The man was ahead of his time. Even today, we're replacing actors in movies with different actors, and you wouldn't even know.
In our number 6 spot today, we have the secret Pacific Ocean Air Base. Also known as the Johnson Atoll, this secret airbase is located right smack dab in the center of the Pacific Ocean. Said to be the location of numerous nuclear tests, the United States government was sure to release little to no details surrounding this location or what exactly goes on there. How comforting. Something about nuclear and secret seems ominous. Aside from being a little secret base, this place is also the home to a thriving community of nesting seabirds, and since it's literally in the middle of the ocean, the marine life surrounding it is significantly diverse. This has all led to there being teams that do environmental monitoring and maintenance to protect the wildlife. Like, how weird is it that this is the place they use to store and dispose of Agent Orange, but they're also like, we gotta protect the birds. I mean, I'm glad they're protecting the birds, I just think it's ironic. To get into this place, you either need to be a part of the United States Air Force or have a special use permit from the US Fish and Wildlife Service. So random.
Number 5. A Bunny's Tail. Back in 1963, the Playboy Club in New York was one of Hugh Hefner's greatest accomplishments at the time. The club was, of course, the talk of the town until Gloria Steinem came in. Gloria was a feminist writer. She created Miss Magazine back in 1972. She's a very big lady, I don't know what I was about to say. She's a big deal, but her career began much earlier, around the 60s. See, she got a job as one of these Playboy bunnies and worked at the club undercover. How badass is that? She was secretly taking note of how this key holders only establishment was operating. And it was pretty sketchy. I mean, use your imagination. It was horrible towards women. They're wearing high heels while running drinks. The staff were these young women, the bunnies. They had to wear these black bodysuits, the puffy white tails, the whole getup. And at age 28, Gloria worked undercover there for 3 weeks. The piece she released after, appropriately titled A Bunny's Tale, got so much attention that it kickstarted her freelance career. It made her a feminist icon. This photo of Gloria undercover shows you the comfortable work outfits she had to wear. I sure hope she had her non-slips on. It's a really dark establishment too. Say corner a lot. In a collection of her writings, Gloria reflects flexed on the undercover piece, saying, "My expose of working in a Playboy club has outlived all the Playboy clubs, both here and abroad." That was before Hefner passed away in 2017. She didn't mean to, take a jab at him, but she also did outlive Hugh Hefner. I'll say it. She doesn't have to take the smoke on this, Sal. I connected the dots for you.
In our number 4 spot today, we have Cher. Cher is often referred to as the goddess of pop, and for good reason. She's an absolute legend and an icon. She's never been afraid to push the limits or go outside of the box, so when we came across this photo, we were both surprised and not so surprised at the same time. This little photo comes to us from 1959 when Cher was just 13 years old. As it turns out, Cher was driving when she wasn't supposed to. In a 2013 appearance on The Tonight Show, she explained that a friend of hers had asked her to watch his car while he ran inside to do something. Cher moved the car a couple of times to get out of the way of other people, but then decided that he was simply just taking too long and decided to drive herself over to the drive-in theater. Luckily, everyone was okay, and once the police brought her to the station, they simply just called her mom to come and pick her up. Apparently, she didn't even know she was being arrested at the time, which I totally think you can tell by her expression in the mugshot.
Number 3, Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky. Of course, we all remember this one. At one point, we heard about it, be it on LimeWire in the middle of your song, this would randomly play. Bill Clinton talking about not having sexual relations with that woman, back when we had to download music. That was a classic. So loud, so out of nowhere, and so loud. But this was a huge presidential scandal, back when they weren't every other week. It was 1998. Clinton White House intern Monica Lewinsky was 22 years old, and they had a sexual relationship from 1995 to 1997. They definitely did. Lewinsky said she hooked up with Bill 9 different times at the White House. Apparently, according to your schedule, Hillary Clinton was at the White House for at least 7 of those visits. Whenever I see this photo, I wish I was alive to see this unfold in real time. I mean, I was alive, but I was 3. You know what I mean? I wasn't like, damn, that's crazy.
In our number 2 spot today, we have an A-12 spy plane. This photo is one that shows the remnants of a crashed A-12 spy plane from 1963, as well as the subsequent cleanup and rescue mission. This crash happened during a test flight when pilot Ken Collins was testing the plane's subsonic engines at a low altitude. Ken was then flying under his Area 51 code name, which was Ken Colmar, which is just the coolest thing. I really want a secret agent code name. Anyway, at 25,000 feet, the plane basically inverted and somehow landed itself upside down. So now Ken is flying upside down, and he knew he wasn't going to be able to recover, so he ejected himself. In the end, Ken was okay, but the same obviously couldn't be said for the plane. To make this cool story even cooler, apparently US officials later made Ken undergo hypnosis and treatments of sodium pentothal, which is thought to be like a truth serum, in order to be sure he relayed the details of the incident as fully and as truthfully as possible. That's serious business. Usually I just ask someone a couple times and then go with whatever they tell me.
And finally, number 1, Charlie Chaplin and Co. I'm wearing a hat now and a sweater. I'll never tell you why. When we think of Chaplin, we often think of the mustache, the physical comedy, the hat, the fact that he lost a Charlie Chaplin look-alike contest, yada yada yada, we know the rest. We remember the performances that he would give us for the most part. It's how you want to be remembered as an artist, ideally. Now when it comes to Chaplin though, those old-timey photos of the comedic genius also include his number of different wives, a lot of them being much, much younger. The first 2 being 15 years old when they were married, right? His first marriage was with Mildred Harris in 1918. He was 29, she was 15. Odd, that marriage only lasted 2 years, and then he married Lita Gray in 1924. She was also 16. Odd again, that marriage ended with a messy 50-page divorce where it was revealed Chaplin was pretty abusive in all of his manners as a husband. Still the biggest film star, regardless of how he treated co-stars and also ex-wives, he went on to marry Paulette Goddard 9 years later, who was 22. A bit better, but here's the crappy part. She said she was 18 when they met, so a year older than his ex-wives. And he was still pursuing her after she said that, so odd again. He moved into her mansion shortly after they began talking. 7 years later, that relationship ended too, and thus began his new relationship with Una O'Neill. Chaplin in his 50s and Una at age 18. He was the same age as her father. Makes the mustache a little less fun now, doesn't it? They both remained together until Chaplin's passing in 1977. We're talking about Pete Davidson when really we should be talking about Charlie Chaplin still.